Hey guys, this is Kevin over at jazztime.com. Jazztime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you want to know the price of the watch, simply click on the links in the description below. We would greatly appreciate it if you would buy a watch from jazztime.com once in a while. Today I'll be reviewing the Rolex Datejust 36. This is the model or reference number 116234. We'll be going over the dial, bezel, case, crown, bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. So jumping right into the dial, we have a very simple configuration of the dial. It is as typical Datejust structure of the Rolex crown logo at the 12 o'clock position, index hour markers, all but the 3 o'clock position, which has a date window instead, cyclops lens on a sapphire crystal for magnification, easier viewing of that date. Very beautiful sunbursting of the dial. As you can see, as I tilt it against the light, you can see this sort of radio featuring of the light sort of bouncing, sort of glistening in the various sort of bursting pattern. The dial color I currently have in my hand is a pink dial. This watch does come in other dial colors as well, such as blue, white, silver, black. But of course you can check our website for the whole variations of all the colors, specifically because this watch is actually a discontinued watch as of, I believe, 2019 or 2020, where Rolex introduced the newer style model, which is the 126234, and we have a comparison of those two, of this watch versus the different watch, on our YouTube channel if you want to see the differences. But we're just going to go ahead and talk about the 116234 as it is now. It is a very classic Datejust watch. This is, as I said, a 36mm watch, so this could be for men with smaller wrists that don't want to sort of move on to the 40mm watches that are do wear it slightly larger on some men, or if you want to get it for a lady that has just a slightly bigger wrist, you can also get this as well. As you can see, the dial is absolutely gorgeous. The dial itself, in terms of the layout, very simple overall. As I already talked about, crown logo, 12 o'clock position, index hour markers for easy readability. The hour markers themselves are actually luminous, so it does glow in the dark. I actually can show you how that looks. So let me go ahead and charge it up for a second there. And there we are. Very beautiful luminosity. This does not have the superlative sorry, wrong tangent there. This does not have the sort of updated luminous filling for this watch. This still glows in a sort of green filling. I know the blue video shows it a little bit bluish, but it actually is a green, whereas the newer updated Rolex models use a sort of a bluer glow. But besides that, one unique thing about the Datejust 36 is that compared to other Datejust models, they do not have the railroading at the very outer edge of the dial. As you can see, we call it railroad because it looks like little railroad tracks that go around the very outer edge of the dial, with Roman numerals printed on at every hour marker right behind it. Alright, but besides that, we have the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust name at the 12 o'clock position, right underneath that crown logo, and the superlative chronometer officially certified, meaning that this watch is within Swiss specs, as Rolex likes to boast about, which is the precision of -2 + 2 seconds a day. But we're going to go ahead and move on now. The bezel, very simple fixed bezel. This is a fluted bezel in 18 karat white gold. So as the watch is a stainless steel watch, the bezel itself is a white gold, is where Rolex decides to splurge their gold on. As you can see, captures light very nicely. In comparison to the sunburst dial, they work very nicely together in capturing light in a very unique way. You can see on the sunburst feature, you see lighter portions of the dial with sort of contrasting darker portions that help that lighter portion pop much better. Same thing with the fluted bezel, captures light in various highlights, but also contrasting shadows as well, and it really helps with the face of the dial just to help pop much more, make it more eye-catching and appealing. Moving on to the case now. The case size, as I mentioned, is the Datejust 36mm case size. As I mentioned, it is for men with smaller wrists or ladies with a little bit larger wrist. But besides that, we have the typical typical tendencies of these sort of dress watches, where it has a high polished lug on the top and on the bottom as well. From a side profile view, you can you can also see that high polish on the sides of the case as well. On the crown side, you can see a nice high polish once more, even matching along with high polishing on the bracelet as well. On the crown itself, we have the Rolex crown logo. As we move on to the functions now, the crown is a screw down twin lock double waterproofness system. In a standard position, you can actually wind the watch. About 15 to 20 winds is all you need to get it started from a dead stop, such as if you left it on your nightstand for a few days, then you do have to rewind your watch unless you have a watch winder. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull out to the final position just to move the hand out of the way, because in the next position, from the standard position, you'll be able to adjust the date instantaneously by going clockwise. You can see the date just quickly changes. And then in the final position, the second hand will be stopped. Once the crown is fully pulled out, you can see it's stopped right past the 6 o'clock position. This allows for precise time settings, such as to an atomic clock online. You can set it down to the exact seconds. And in this final position is actually how you set the time on this watch, so you can go bidirectionally, counterclockwise or clockwise, and set it however you like. Pressing the crown back in, we'll start that second hand once more. And then always make sure to screw the crown nice and tight in against the case, as you want to keep this watch water resistance for 100 meters, or for the rated 100 meters or 330 feet. Moving on to the bracelet now. Bracelet is an oyster style bracelet. This is as I mentioned, this is a dress watch, so we're going to see a nice high polish down the center of the 3-piece links of the oyster bracelet. Even though the oyster bracelet is a sportier style watch, this does come on a Jubilee bracelet as well. But unfortunately I have only the oyster bracelet in front of me at the moment. We're going to see a nice brush steel on the outer of the 3-piece links, high polish down the center, goes through the clasp as well on the oyster clasp, with the brush steel on the outer edge, high polish down the center with the Rolex crown logo there and the high polish as well, and all the way to the other side. One thing to mention is a nice tapering from the first link down to the back, before it tapers to a sort of uniform size, and that's just to help keep the watch looking very nice in the frontal proportions. You can see the proportion looks very, very nice, tapering from the lugs down to the bracelet. It looks uniform all throughout. So moving on to the clasp. The clasp is a folding oyster clasp. It just simply opens up as so, revealing these nicely high polished clasp blades with a Rolex name embossed on one of the blades itself. I'll show you a side profile of it. You can see the back a little bit. Alright, and it simply closes up as so. Moving on to the movement. The movement of this watch uses the tried and tested movement that Rolex has been using for over 25 plus years now. It's the 31-35 movement as used in the Sea Dwellers and Submariners and various other Rolex watches before they've updated to the new 32-35. But this is a movement that's been through trial and error, and it's just a very, very reliable movement. That's why they boast about the superlative chronometer officially certified, because they have that nice precision within Swiss specs of the -2 + 2 seconds a day. It is a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement, so as you wear this watch on your wrist, just from the simple inertia of moving your wrist around will keep the watch wound and continuously keeping time. And of course, if you do decide to put the watch down, not wear it for a few days, you do have up to 48-hour power reserve. So meaning you put it down on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Sunday afternoon, and it'll be keeping time just fine. But besides that, this movement is also amagnetic, meaning that it has resistance against magnetism due to the parachrome blue hairspring. But besides that, the movement is just simply used to have the functions of the hour and the minute hand, the seconds hand, and also the instantaneous changing of the date with rapid setting, as I've shown you with the crown functions, and also the stopping of the seconds hand for precise time setting as well. So I'll actually go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist. Even though it is a 36mm, it actually sits very easily on my wrist. I do have an average man size wrist of a 7-inch wrist. While men, you probably won't be wearing pink, or maybe you will. I won't judge. But there it is on my wrist. Maybe for the ladies, you like this beautiful sunburst pink dial for the men. Maybe you might look towards a black dial or a blue dial. Blue dial and the sunburst feature looks absolutely gorgeous. And here at jazztime.com, even if this watch is discontinued, we can still get it for you. There's still plenty out there. It's only discontinued recently, so we can find that perfect watch for you at the lowest possible price. So if you like this watch or any other watch for the lowest possible price, check out our website, jazztime.com. Otherwise, if you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.